Episode 15 of Deep Space Nine. We've come a long way. Not really, but it's crazy to think because, at TNG in this point, we were halfway through season one, and, I'm trying to think of what our mindset was then. But here, it still feels like the show hasn't really started.
In my mind, I still think we're only 4 or 5 episodes in.
Yeah.
What did you say, 12?
15.
15? What do you mean 15? I think maybe because the last string of episodes has just been a slog to get through. Like, I think even worse than season 1. I mean, we were batshit excited for season 1 of TNG. They could have showed us anything, we'd be excited. And I think we're a little more jaded now, where we've gotten past that. We're like, okay. And we were kind of excited to get to this show, but we weren't over the moon.
We didn't know
what we were getting.
Yeah, we didn't know what we were getting to. And also, I think the big difference for us is, we enjoy the extremes, right? Like, we enjoy things that are really good or are really bad. We're not going to praise it for being really bad. We're going to complain, but it's fun to watch it, Like, Move Along Home is an episode I remember because it was so bad. So much of this first season has just been, like, low C material. So it's like, that's the worst for us. I mean, we've talked about it all the time. People have basically agreed in the episodes we've said, like, this isn't necessarily bad, it's just boring. But to us, that's the worst thing you could be.
It's absolutely. There's nothing to talk about. It's too safe. Like I said, I've said it a million times. Give me your biggest swing and miss. I don't care. Give me the Moraine, Ella Moraine.
Yeah.
Shuffle on a cliff for 15 minutes. But yeah, so.
Anyway, with that being said, I have enjoyed it.
It's great.
The characters are good. I'm just waiting for the show itself to, like, do something.
We're in the growing pains.
The meme with the stick poking it, do something.
Come on, do something.
Here we go.
Pulling out Reliable. Card game.
Jake, you're too young for gambling.
5,000 rapages of Cardassian Yamak sauce. They're the only ones who could stomach that swill. You're gonna pay for it. I'm gonna take half your paycheck every week for the next 6 years.
Okay, Mr. Krabs.
Look, either take your turn or I win. It'd be a shame to let it go to waste. That's it. Game over.
Anyway, so there I was, sitting in Quarks, when Morn just comes over to me and invites me for dinner. You know those 7 or 8 little wiry hairs that come out of his forehead? Ooh, they make him look kind of cute.
Oh, what? Okay, is that the couple from, the painting of the farmers? But it's just the Bajoran version?
How do you feel?
At least it looks like it's going to be a Kira episode. I mean, she's done almost nothing the entire show after being set up pretty strong.
Yeah, they got to redeem her a little bit after battle lines.
It's nice to have a little character moment with Dax, but it's like,
Oh, yeah. Nice, cute little conversation talking about Morn.
I don't know if it's a great sign that that Nog is the character that I, am looking forward to. You know what I mean? It's like, Oh, Nog, something with Cardassian, was it Yamak or something? It's like, that could be funny. It's like, is that what I'm looking forward to?
Problem is they don't like uniforms.
Do we talk or do they attack?
Seen that name before.
It was in the last episode.
Yeah.
I don't know who it is.
Yeah, pretty eyes like yours deserve a meal. You come on in.
Oh, Les Landu!
Wow.
I gotta get you out of here.
We'll talk about that over supper. Come on.
Doesn't watch the news. Based. Evacuation.
There he is.
God, you can win 1,000 games of hide and seek with Jake.
You'll always know where he's at.
We're selling 5,000 rapages of it.
Where would you two boys get all that Yamak sauce?
Oh, we have connections.
I'll trade you something for it. I'll give you 100 gross of self-sealing stem bolts.
We deal strictly in Latin.
That's all he wants.
What are we going to do with stem bolts? What are we gonna do with yamak sauce?
So they're basically doing their own version of the paperclip project. You know, trading up from a paperclip to see how far you can get.
Oh.
Except their paperclip is yamak sauce.
I'll meet you at Cargo Bay 9 at 2100 hours. We'll make the trade then.
They still have to get the sauce from their uncle.
How do we get your uncle's yamak sauce?
Oh!
Because these roots are going to take 3 hours to soften.
Looks like this guy took advice from Pulaski. Groundswell living.
There you go. Hey, you wash it off first, and then you scrape the skin off.
Has he not been exposed to any technology at all?
I mean, groundswell living. I've decided this is what it means.
Get out the plates and utensils like a good girl, would you? That cupboard right over there.
Could this guy be like devious? Think he's gonna try to make her one of them?
Maybe, yeah. I think he's just old-fashioned.
You know, you look real good even from this angle.
Gee, calm down,
God.
bro.
Now look. You're trying to make me mad. Not well enough to get rid of me.
Damn.
I'm Major Kira. I'm in charge of evacuating all...
Your given name.
Nerys.
I escaped from a Cardassian labor camp on your precious Bajor. My life's here. If I leave here, I'll die. So I'd rather die here.
Damn.
I mean, I don't blame him.
Yeah, it's his whole life. But there you go. You asked about Ensign Rowan stuff, addressing the Cardassian labor camps.
Do you want me to get rid of it? I could take it to the matter reclamation unit.
Anything. Just get it out of my sight. Nog, you're a good boy.
Oh.
Except he doesn't know his ulterior motive.
Although he'd probably be happy with his ulterior motive.
Yeah, true.
Every 26 hours, I just tighten up my waist belt another notch, and that way my belly didn't know that it was shrinking.
Excuse me? I assume you found some food before you ran out of belt notches.
Are you telling the story or mine?
He's the dad from Troll 2.
I was going to bring that up. I want to tighten my belt by one notch so I don't feel hunger pains.
It'll release carbon and sulfur compounds. It'll make the air unbreathable.
The Cardassians probably told you you didn't stand a chance either.
Oh, damn.
You tell them they can start cracking this moon apart whenever they're ready. I'll be here.
Yeah, it's honestly, it's like, okay. I mean, that's where I would give up.
Yeah, this.
All right, you can die.
But I wonder if they're going to uncover some crazy thing like in TNG, The Survivors, where he's an alien god and those two people aren't real.
You can't find a better stem bolt in the sector.
Ooh, I don't doubt it. What does he need them for?
The usual. Why does anybody use self-sealing stem bolts?
I wouldn't know. I've never used them.
Can you just go up to the computer and just ask it? There's got to be a computer terminal somewhere.
Pull up ChatGPT.
We can't postpone. And if he stays, he'll be committing suicide. We'll have to beam him off the surface.
Ooh, against his will?
If you're not comfortable with completing this assignment, I'll find someone else who is.
It won't be necessary.
I like the little twist that it's not about money, but it's about helping the Bajoran people. So it's not a completely corrupt reasoning.
Yeah.
Just be very careful with everything.
Damn. Are you surprised she's going along with it?
I mean, what else can you do?
You sent those 2 uniforms after Baltram and Keenan.
That's right. Doing what has to be done.
Me too.
Uh-oh. What does that mean?
Comes back out with an Uzi.
Or just blows up the entire place?
Fine. I'll pack your things myself.
Major! They're crazy!
Oh!
Knock me from behind! Let her go! Stay back! Let her go!
Oh my god!
No!
No! What? Hopefully he was on stun.
Get Dr. Bashir. Move!
How about the fact that he was fucking stabbed? It's like, jeez.
I want Latin.
I can't hear you. Can I interest you in a piece of land?
Land is good.
Good investment.
I can let you have 7 tessipades.
7 sounds good.
You'll get the transmission on that by 1,200 hours.
You just bought yourself some stem bolts.
Pretty good going from Yammick sauce to being landowners.
I mean, that's huge nowadays. Jesus. Maybe it's nothing in the future, but owning land? Jesus.
I'm gonna take him without his permission.
No, you're not.
Well, he needs close attention.
I'll be here.
Aw.
Nice.
Well, Doctor, right now she stands a pretty good chance of being out of uniform permanently.
Oh.
I'm going to tell Minister Turan that she's remained temporarily on Gerardo at your request.
But, sir, that isn't true.
Make it true, Doctor. Now, please.
We got serious, Cisco.
How long?
The next day or two.
For the next day or two, sir.
Thank you, Doctor.
When I was very small, I remember there was this tree right outside my window. And its roots buried themselves so deep in the soil, nothing else could grow there.
Sounds to me like it had a lot of character.
A lot.
So what happened? You cut it down?
I don't know yet.
Good.
You have a job to do here, Major, and you're not doing it.
It's not that simple.
I'm not saying it's simple. I'm saying it can't wait. You've spent your life fighting to overcome impossible odds, just like he's doing. You have to realize something, Major. You're on the other side now. Pretty uncomfortable, isn't it?
It's awful.
Bejor needs you. And I need you. I like you. And I don't want you to be hurt. So, as a friend, I'm here to remind you that his fate is already decided. Yours isn't.
Thank you.
1, to beam up.
You know, it's interesting how the scene was so much better with her subtle emotion. Almost someone like Les Landau was there to be able to tell her,
Yeah.
to act like a normal person. You guys don't get it. No, great scene, though.
But the government doesn't know how to reach the 4th. No J consortium.
You mean the government can't build without that one piece of land? This time, however, someone has failed to include me.
Are you telling me you're not?
Nog in the background.
I have a business opportunity that might interest you. It'll only cost you 5 bars.
No.
He was able to put it together.
Yeah, immediately. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wonder how much money he would make from the sale if he's going to pay them for their fourth. I guess their 4th owners. Probably make a lot more than 5 bars.
Yeah. And he was willing to settle for 1, so.
Yeah, well, again, because the government, when they want to build something,
When they want land,
they'll pay.
they'll
They'll pay
pay.
you.
Last one.
Yeah, thank you. It was bothering me that one wasn't on there straight.
It's finished.
Nothing to do but fire it up.
It explodes.
Oh my gosh, she's gonna blow up the house.
I could use a friend on Bajor. I'd like it to be you.
As long as that cottage is standing, I stay here.
Yep, here it comes.
Oh! What the hell are you doing?
saving your life.
She's committing arson. Damn, think they did that practically?
Looks like it.
If I leave here, I'll die.
No, you won't. I won't let you.
2 to beam up.
Oh, wow.
Okay, we just watched Progress, and now we're going to talk about it. But first, we start with our whiteboard reactions. And for me, finally, I've been waiting for a good DS9 episode all day.
Yeah, I said, now we are cooking. So, I think the show is finally here.
We both liked it.
I heavily enjoyed this one. I think Mullibok was probably my favorite character. This old stuck in his ways type guy. At first, I'm like, oh, is he misogynistic? And then the reveal that he's doing it to try to get rid of her. And then having Kira have an earned relationship in this episode as opposed to battle lines. And the way it ended, just we don't even see what happens, just 2 to beam out and then fade to black. Nog, I'm growing on Nog and Jake. I think Nog is hilarious. We noticed in the credits, like, oh, Aaron Eisenberg, he was in the Eichenberg or whatever. He was in the last episode, and not realizing that Nog's not in the credits, so he's in the guest
so
star.
that's Nog.
Yeah, so that's Nog. Yeah. But no, this episode was a joy, a delight. Very little to no complaints.
Yeah, I agree with basically all of that. I don't want to get too caught up in comparing it to Battle Lines, but yes, it is very much all the things we complained about in Battle Lines, with for the Kira side done better here. We see the relationship develop with this old man. It's a little fast, but for the sake of the episode, you get it. And it's not necessarily just that it's him. He's kind of like a symbol for, Bajor and the whole story of the old tree when she was a kid. It's just perfect metaphor.
Yep.
And all of that was great. It made Kira likable, relatable, and her scene with Cisco, when Cisco comes down to the moon, is probably my favorite scene thus far in the series between those two. Or my favorite scene in the series, period. So far, and this episode is probably my favorite episode so far. It's slow and boring, but in a great way. Like, this is how you do a slow and boring, character episode. Almost kind of like Picard's story and family a little bit. Like, not as heavy, but just down on this farm, with this guy. I really liked it.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. You can have slow and boring episodes. There's ways to do them, and there's ways to execute them, and they executed it well here. And I love the story about Kira, you're on the other side now. You've been fighting your entire life, and now you're on the up and up, and you gotta fight this guy who's, the underdog in this situation, and her like basically breaking down to that, and breaking down in a subtle, well-directed way instead of it's like, what did she say? It feels horrible, or whatever she said, but her just letting that out in a subtle way, like it feels terrible to be on this side of the coin.
And how about don't want to dismiss too the performance from Cisco, what's the actor's name for Cisco?
Avery Brooks.
Yeah, Avery Brooks, and the whole thing of then when he kneels down and talks to her more on a equal level of like, I thought you were arrogant, I was wrong, I like you, I don't want you to be hurt, then stands back up and gets back into commander mode. Great little Les Landau, he directed that. He directed that scene. Crouch down, get on her level, then go back up. Like, come on, man.
It's good stuff. And
Les's first episode here, I think, right?
I want to say so, yeah. First episode in a bit. I can't remember the last time he directed a TNG episode, but also funny stuff with Bashir and Cisco in his room. No, make it so. Tell me. I'm ordering her to stay a couple of days. Oh, are you?
Yeah, I'll consider that.
I'll consider that.
Yeah, that was great.
Everyone got a nice little one-off scene, cute scene with Chief. I got to say the camera work in the Odo and Quark one, just following the kids behind them, that was great.
You brought up Nog. I agree with you. I was joking about it during the intro of the episode, but I truly do enjoy Nog to basically the same level as Quark. Like, Nog is very funny. The actor who plays him is very funny, and Jake's okay too. But Jake, I think, is like good in this role as Nog. At first, I thought it was like Nog is his sidekick, but it's been like kind of reversed, where Nog's the more entertaining, like. When you think of like Ed, Ed, and Eddie, it's like he's Eddie. It's like he has the schemes, he has the get rich quick type stuff, and Jake's just kind of the more innocent, like along for the ride. Like, hey, maybe we shouldn't be doing this, but here he's more fully bought into this scheme with Nog, and it actually basically works out for them. Like, there's no big consequence. They just do these trades and end up, presumably, Cork gives them the Latinium. So it's just a nice little B story.
It was really good. It was a lot of fun. Instead of them getting into trouble, I find it hilarious that they're trading land and these what are those
bolts?
Yeah,
self-sealing bolts.
And just that conversation with the chief was just so goddamn funny. And for what? It doesn't matter. It's just this fun little side story. That could have been terrible, but it was great.
And it really helps with the pacing of the episode. The episode still feels slow, but the whole thing with the old man and Kira, could it have been strong enough to carry a whole 45 minutes? Maybe, if like Kira was returning to the station more or something. But having that fun little comic relief side story helped with, keeping the pacing. And then when we would return to Kira and the old man, it's like it helped with time passing as well. Where it's like you could buy, it's been a couple days or whatever because we were with Jake and Nog for a little bit. So very well balanced A and B story. I really like too just the whole kind of, again, sort of metaphor type thing of her stepping in and helping him build this thing out to the fire pit outside of his house, and the whole time only for her to blow it up at the end to save his life. Don't know if she had to. She could have just stuck the thing in, but it doesn't matter. It was a cool moment.
Yeah, a good motif for the episode, building up. No, we're gonna stay here, building your life together here, and then just to rip it all from him. And I thought it was a little bit on the nose. As long as that cottage still stands, I'm staying. I'm like, that was a little too much.
Because you had already called her blowing it up before he said that. Where did you get that thought that she would do that?
Well, I saw her walk in there, and he's still outside. I'm like, oh, she's blowing it up.
You thought it was just going to...
Yeah. Besides that, I think it was all written perfectly. It's just, he didn't mention about it's still standing until literally that moment.
Right then,
It's like,
He could have said it earlier in the episode, yeah.
Yeah.
I really liked her setting it on fire like that. It looked practical. It looked real. So that's a cool thing. Don't know how they had to get it in one shot, I guess. Like, we're setting this thing on fire.
Are you rolling? Are you rolling?
Yeah. Really liked it. And then it's kind of also just an acceptance for Kira of being on the other side. Like Cisco tells her, her character basically falls into this old man, emotionally and like understands him. But then at the end of the day, she makes the choice to take him anyway. And that's such a great move for her character because, now moving forward, she's kind of accepted this role that she's in. It was great for her character.
She had to accept something she didn't want to do and be something she didn't want to be. But yeah, because I was thinking about that. Like, what's the lesson or implication or the story you're trying to tell here? That we both have to move on from what we've been before? It's like, whether you like it or not, you have to.
Yeah, I think it's really just Kira because I don't think, even in the end of the episode, I don't think the old man has any kind of acceptance of it. Like, he truly is being forced off by her. When she sets the house on fire, I thought maybe for a moment he'd have like a come to Jesus moment of like, oh, you're doing this for me. No, but even up until the very end, he's like, no, I'm gonna die. Like, that's the last thing he says. And she's like, no, I won't let you. And then
I'm glad we don't know what happens once they get off.
Yeah, just fade to black.
At first, like, I was thinking, back to battle lines, I was thinking, did he inject himself with something if he leaves this moon's atmosphere?
I was thinking the exact same thing. I was like, the twist ending is going to be they beam back and he's dead, and they're like, or his body wasn't able to transport and they like disappeared. I'm glad they didn't, kind of.
Part of me thinks that was an original idea, and then someone upstairs or one of the people in the room went, no, that sucks. That's we just did that. That's horrible. Let's just end on the fade out and the beam out.
It would have been a very traumatic thing to happen to Kira, to make that choice and then literally kills him. But he was going to die anyway if he stayed there. So yeah, the message would have been muddled, I think, if there was anything like that.
It's much better just ending and not knowing what happens.
And because, again, it's about Kira. And it's like her making the choice. So all of that being said, it's ironic it's called Progress. I feel like it's progress for Kira, for her character. Maybe that's why it's titled that. I really like it.
I think we were just asking for that, too.
Yeah, we were just joking in a TNG episode about manifesting the show. We literally, because of Battle Lines, basically asked for this episode. It's like, I swear, dude, it's like, sometimes we know stuff. Sometimes we know what the show needs. if the season was going to be like this, we only have a few episodes left. There's only 20 episodes. So if in the last few episodes here, what do you think? Like, would you prefer more of these kind of slower character episodes for other people, or would you like to see more of like it building to something? Because this is a really nice one-off for Kira, but again, going into the next episode, like it's still kind of like, what are we doing with this show? In my opinion.
Yeah, I don't think it's fully established itself yet or figured itself out yet. So I'd like definitely another episode like this, but also play with that wormhole a little bit. Basically, another version of Captive Pursuit, or a little bit of both. Some character stuff and some great new stuff, and to really establish itself as its own thing. But I'm fine with stuff like this as well.
From Allie Roth, Kira probably went back to her quarters at the end of this episode and yelled "fascist" at her reflection in the mirror. This is interesting. Bab says Peter Allen Fields, I believe the writer, wasn't happy with how sympathetic Mellibach came off as. He had written Mellibach to subvert expectations and be the nasty old man who doesn't turn out to be a big softie. Which version do you guys think works better here? I think he's somewhere in the middle, which I think is good because people are complex. People aren't flat, one-dimensional characters that you can write into a story. And I think he's both. He is kind of a, well, nasty's a bit tough, but nasty old man who's not a big softie. But he is also a little bit sympathetic. I like that there's both sides to him. Very complex character, and I think the actor who played him, I don't have his name pulled up, but the actor who played him, I think did a great job of balancing that.
Oh yeah, he definitely came off as a fully fleshed 3D person. So yeah,
I believed he was a real person.
Yeah. He was amazing. So somewhere down the middle. All right, this one's from Jay Strong. No easy answers here. We get an episode that really revolves around the guest star, and he almost does too good of a job. It's hard not to take his side over Kira's. I think Kira's line of thought that it was better coming from her than someone who might end up in a fight and kill him. But tough stuff. Not a visitor's first real powerhouse actor moments, and this one I think you'll find there's more to come. That's what I love about Star Trek, is when it ends with the no easy answers type scenario, where it's not just all cut and dry A or B, where it's left with one of those, shit, I'm gonna have to think about this.
Oh, yeah, no, 100%. And speaking of, like, I mean, how do you feel about, do you think the guy should have had the choice to stay there if he wanted and died?
Yeah.
Would they have moved forward and done it with him still there? Because the guy, the Bajora guy, seemed like they did not want to do it if they were going to kill somebody, but I don't know. It's interesting.
If he signs a contract.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, Kira probably makes the right decision from a moral standpoint, but that is tough. It's a tough one to do for sure.
Brian Keith was the actor's name.
Brian Keith, great job. This one I think is pretty funny. Tom says, nice story, good performances, nice character development, great Kira Sisko stuff. I agree with all that. Sadly, I miss it all, being asleep. All the ingredients of a great episode, but boring. And I don't necessarily disagree. I did call it slow and boring, but that's fine for me. As long as I'm interested in the, nice story, good characters, good performances, like that's what keeps me awake, So if halfway through this episode a space battle with with the Klingons happen, I'd be like, what the fuck? What's happening?
Yeah, I would have fallen asleep during that.
Yeah.
Timothy N says, why not just beam his whole cottage down to Bajor if it worked for the whales, but then it would rob us of some fantastic character development for Kira. Yeah, there's an answer for everything, but
that's one of those.
We gotta have a TV.
It's a TV episode.
We gotta have a TV show.
This one's from Justin Dabari, longtime patron. Now this is the Deep Space Nine we were talking about. Well, if that's the case, that's good. Well, Kira's main plot, the Jake and Nog subplot, still a little goofy in the wrong way. Also, I thought it was leading to where they would buy the land needed for the energy thing with the space bolts. But that subplot kind of just ends. Yeah, I'm glad they didn't try to tie it in with the main plot at all, like somehow Jake and Nog saved the day or something.
Yeah, that would have been a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's fine for what it is as B-plot stuff, but if this is the Deep Space Nine people love, then I'm in. And I do see a lot of comments here of people saying, like, this is the best one so far, this is what's great about Deep Space Nine, those kind of things. So if that's the case, then that's awesome.
Now, here's a question. He was probably just bullshitting because he's an old man and he's the only one who can talk. because he's been on the planet for what 18 years with these Kardashian refugees from Kardashians who can't talk. Do you think he actually took down those 6 Kardashians, or do you think he was just bullshitting?
Yeah, it's interesting because the way that Kira reacts to it, I thought there was gonna be a reveal regarding that.
I think he was just, oh yeah, I took down 6 Kardashians.
But he did seem really strong when he attacked the guards because he's like an old man and he was still able to just choke the one guy out and probably could have taken them both out until they got shot. So I kind of believe him back in his day.
Yeah, he was tightening that belt.
I'll read this one from Cranky Grandma. This was very, very depressing and almost an anti-Trek episode. Kirk would have found a solution. What do you think about that? That is interesting.
I love it. I love the no-win scenario, or the no.
It's not black and white.
Yeah, not black and white. The morally gray. This is real life. This is fuck. I don't need Kirk to deliver a speech every time to save the day and change someone's entire outlook on life. Sometimes you just gotta fucking do it.
And the greatest thing about it is Cranky Grandma is absolutely right about Kirk. I don't know about anti-Trek, because in my opinion, Trek is a whole bunch of things. But if I want to see that, I can watch TOS, and I can watch
This is
Kirk.
different, yeah.
I can watch Kirk go down to a planet and solve all their problems, and beam away and sleep with someone during it. And I love that, and I love TOS. And then you can watch TNG and see Picard, give a whole speech about his virtues and why things. And it's like the reason I wanted DS9 to be different is because I already have those. So ending like this on this morally gray, did she do the right thing? Fade to black as she's taking him away. That's what I want. They give me something different that I can't get in TOS or in TNG, and it hasn't happened a lot thus far, but with this episode, it nailed it right on the head of what I want the show to be. So, in my opinion, perfect episode for what it's trying to do.
Yeah, and this is kind of what we predicted and wanted in our pre-series thing, like a crew that doesn't necessarily win.
Yeah, she kind of loses.
Yeah.
I mean, she doesn't do what she wants to. She thinks it sucks, but she does it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.